The Grand Rapids Griffins got a hard-fought win over the Texas Stars, literally. There were multiple fights on the evening. And Ondrej Becher, he steps up and gets 2 goals after only having 1 for his season coming into this one. And Grand Rapids is on the verge of making history again, as that was the 19th straight game where they have at least a point. And they're about to see a familiar face, as Shai Buium is back and ready to go. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. If you're new here, please click like and subscribe. Head over to hockeyhotstove.com where I do the Red Wings column. You can read my latest write-up as well as news and information on the other 31 teams in the league. So just a quick note. It was interesting yesterday, there was a tweet. One of the better NHL pundits believes that Rasmus Andersson, is going to be heading to Detroit. They didn't reference the rumor about being in a tax-friendly situation, but essentially said Detroit needs a top 4 defenseman, and that's what a lot of us have said. There are people that think Andersson could end up in Detroit. We'll keep an eye on it, but again, the rumor is he wants to be in a better tax situation, and unfortunately that doesn't work out for Detroit. But the Griffins keep it rolling in a game that was much closer than it should have been. Grand Rapids was carrying the play, but the Stars got on the board first, scoring on just their 6th shot of the game. And after 2 periods, the Stars only had 7 shots. But Nate Danielson, in his first game back, got an assist on the opening goal by Austin Watson, and that got things going. It took Grand Rapids 24 shots to get on the board. And at the end of the second period, like I said, Texas only had 7. But Grand Rapids, they got the lead on Ondrej Becher's 2nd goal of the season. I hope you watched the goal reel. It should be playing now. Becher's 2nd goal of the season, his 1st goal of the night. He was just waiting behind the net, and I think the Stars goalie assumed he was going to the side. The entire Stars defense and the goalie went over to the side and left the goal wide open, and Becher just walked the puck in and tapped it in. It was incredible. I don't recall seeing anything like that in a long, long time. And then, of course, Becher gets the game winner, just this quick slap shot. So coming into the game with only 1 goal on the season, he leaves with 3, including the game winner. A big game for him and really exciting, as the Griffins now have points in 19 straight games. That matches the club record. So their next game is a rematch against Texas. If they get 1 point, that's 20 straight games with a point, and they set the new record. And this club continues to turn the page. They're now 29-1-1-1. They only have 8 fewer wins than they had all of last season. And last season they were in the playoffs. So this team could have a really, really bad run until the spring and still make the playoffs at this point. I don't expect that, but you have to think that internal expectations are that this team needs to go as close as they can to winning a Calder Cup this year. But during the game, my good friend Chris sends me a text. There was a press release from the Red Wings. Shai Buium gets reassigned to Grand Rapids. He's healthy, ready to go. And here's why this is really exciting. We've talked about this. The pipeline is thin on defensemen. Shai Buium at the end of last season, along with Anton Johansson, who signed his ELC, but he's currently still in Sweden, or they returned him to Sweden, pardon me. He was incredibly physical. Those two together were the physical line for Grand Rapids, and his offense started to pick up. If you watched the prospects tournament, the 2 games versus Texas before the preseason, he was scoring goals. He was skating well. In the preseason, he looked like he had jumped ahead in line in front of Tuomisto and Wallander, and like he might legitimately get a look with a few games in Detroit this year. So him falling off was really disappointing because he's a left shot. He skates incredibly well, and his offense seemed to start coming together. So hopefully he can pick right back up, have a very good second half for Grand Rapids. I don't know if we'll see him in Detroit. Obviously it would depend on injuries in that situation, but he's entering into a scenario in Grand Rapids where the team is doing so well. They can give him minutes. They're not worried about holding a place in the standing, etc. So he should get plenty of reps and hopefully return to form, because Detroit needs one of these guys to break out, especially a left side defenseman. So congrats. Hopefully this goes well. I've talked about this before. Lombardi has started skating, according to Bob Kaiser on the broadcast. So we're about to get two important prospects back on the ice, and this could be a big deal for the Red Wings developmentally. There are a lot of veterans on that squad, but you really want to see Buium and Lombardi, and you'd love to see Becher get back, but no updates still on him. So let me know what you think. As always, the Griffins continue to make history. 19 games with at least a point. They're trying for 20. They're going to do a rematch against Texas to get it. Ondrej Becher, he came alive last night, and hopefully going forward, he's finding his scoring touch. But Grand Rapids is such a great place to be right now for these guys who need to work on their game. Shai Buium, he's been activated, and he's heading to Grand Rapids. And I think this is a really good sign, especially developmentally. So let me know what you think. We're heading into Detroit versus Vancouver, and they need to win every game or at least get a point, because the standings are so tight. So hopefully tomorrow we're talking about a Red Wings win against the Vancouver Canucks and some more trade rumors. This was your 7 Minute Wings.